In progress.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Top SST, and we are going to cover some more questions from the chapter Lifelines of National Economy. Explain the importance of railway as the principal mode of transportation for the freight and the passengers in India. So if you remember in the last video, we have covered some questions from roadways. Here we are going to cover more questions from railways and waterways. So what is this question? This question can come for 3 marks and 5 marks. So what they are asking that railway is a very important Railways are very important mode of transportation. So why railways are important? It is for the passengers as well as for the goods. So why, what are the different reasons? What importance it plays in the passengers in India? So railways make it possible to conduct multifarious activities like business, sightseeing, business along with the transportation of goods. So railway is one network where everything is covered. If it is a business form, like we can transfer the goods from one place to another place. If I want to go for the sightseeing, I can go. If I want to visit any teeth places, I can go. Okay, so railways plays a very important role. It won't only carry the goods, but it also carries passenger from one place to another place. It is suitable for the long distance travel. Okay, it is definitely bus we don't have toilets and other things, but in railways we do have. So it is always convenient. If we are traveling for the long distance, we can choose railway as our mode of transport. It plays an important role in national integration. Definitely, it joins one place and another place. Suppose, for example, I am staying in Tamil Nadu. So from Chennai to, if I want to travel to Calcutta, it's national integration. Easily I can go. It is railway is one of the, we can say that it is cheapest mode of transport which can afford by everyone, because in railways we have different classes. First class tickets are there, second class, sleeper class. So according to my pocket, I can choose in which class I want to travel. Railways in the economic life of the country, definitely. Okay, economic life of the country, it also slates the development of industry and agriculture. Okay, so how? Because whatever the raw materials I want to transfer to the industry, railways plays a very important role. Today, the railway has become more important than any other means of transport if we put together, because in railway, suppose for example, in bus travel also, maximum 30 passenger can travel. If it's a airlines, in one flight, maximum 100 people can travel. Okay, so if it's a big flight, then 150 also. But in railways, it is more than the passengers. It can, if it's a big train, or if the bogies are more, then it can carry together more than two. I'm just giving you a rough figure, 2000 plus passengers. So definitely it is one of the important means of transportation. Next, explain the reasons for the dense railway network in the northern Indian plain. Okay, what is the reason? What is the reason why in northern plains the railway networks are it is dense? क्यों ज्यादा है? The northern plains have a vast level land. It is easy to lay the railway lines. Okay, it is very easy that railway lines को आराम से हम डाल सकते हैं. So that is one of the reason. These plains have a high population density. अगर मैं उत्तर प्रदेश देखूं या झारखंड देखूं, बिहार देखूं, these all places, the population of that places are also high. So that is also one of the reason. Rich agriculture resources provide a favorable condition for the growth of railway network. Why? Because as we know that agriculture and industries are they are complementary to each other. So I need some mode of transport which can easily transfer my raw material to the industry. So rich agriculture also plays a very important role, and the metropolitan cities of the northern plains have played a greater role for the growth of railways. So this question can come for 2 marks or 3 marks question. So this is 2 marks or 3 marks question. Road transport and rail transport in India are not competitive but complementary to each other. Justify the statement. Very, very, very important question. And this question can come for 3 or 5 marks. Okay, so we have 6 points. Learn all the points so that if it comes for 2 marks also, you can write any 3 or 4 points clubbed together. As I always tell, it's always better to write more points instead of just writing 2 points. So what is the question? First, try to understand. They are asking that road transport and rail transport are not competition. Okay, there is no competition between road transport and rail transport, but they are complementary to each other. So how you can justify the statement? So road transport is more suitable for the short distance, whereas rail transport is more suitable for the long distance. Road transport is economical in the transportation of few person and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distances, whereas rail transport is more suitable for the large number of people and heavy goods. It is beneficial for the perishable goods to be carried by roads in the short period of time, whereas non-perishable or the bulky goods can be carried by the railways. Road transports increase the efficiency of railways. Road transport links the rural areas with the railway stations. The deficiency of the railway is compensated by the roadways. So suppose for example, why it is complementary, एक simple सा example, अगर मुझे railway station तक भी जाना होगा तो which transport I will be using? Definitely I will use road transport. मैं बस या कार उसी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन से मैं रेलवे स्टेशन तक पहुंच सकती हूँ. सो इट इज कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर. रूरल एरिया जहां पे रेलवेज नहीं है, ओके, एक स्टेशन में उतरने के बाद आई विल टेक द रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट फर्दर. सो दैट्स द रीजन इट इज कॉल्ड एज इट इज अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर. इट इज नॉट अ कॉम्पिटिटिव इन नेचर. सो दिस क्वेश्चन इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. Roadways still have an edge over railways in India. Again, one of the very important question, and this can also come for 3 marks or 5 marks. Jab paper 80 marks ka aata tha, this question used to come for 5 marks. Okay, but now it's a 40 marks question, so we can expect 3 or 5, 2 or 3 marks question. So roadways still have an edge over railways. Okay, why? What are the reasons? So the construction cost of the roads is much lower than the railway lines. Okay, roadways क्यों ज्यादा importance रखता है? So the construction cost किसका कम है? रोडवेज का. रोड्स कैन ट्रांसफर कंपैरेटिवली मोर डिस्टेंस एंड द अनडिल्टेड टोपोग्राफी. जहां पे टोपोग्राफी इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, वहां पे रोड्स आर लाइक रोड्स कैन बी ले डाउन और द रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट कैन मूव. बट रेलवे लाइन को रेलवे लाइंस बिछाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम लोग राजस्थान देखें, लाइक desert area, so wahan pe it is very difficult. Or like if we look at the mountain areas, there like railway lines railway lines are very difficult to lay down. So over these areas, roadways plays a very important role. Roadways can be higher grades of the slopes. Just now मैंने बोला जैसे कि slopes and mountains such as Himalayas, वहां सब कहाँ कौन सी मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज होगी? हमारी रोडवेज यूज होगी. रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट इज इकोनॉमिकल इन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन फॉर फ्यू पर्सन. ये हमारा लास्ट पॉइंट भी था, आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन. इट ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड्स डोर टू डोर सर्विस. नाउ व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय डोर टू डोर सर्विस? डोर टू डोर सर्विस का मतलब होता है लाइक रेलवेज कैन नॉट कम near to your place but the roadways can easily. Okay, मैं कार को अपने घर तक लेकर आ सकती हूँ. I can bring my scooter till my house or the auto till my house, but the railway lines cannot come near my place. So that's the reason it is called as door to door services. Road transport is also used for the modes of the transport, such as they provide a link between railway station, air and the seaport. So इन सभी तीनों मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए किस चीज की मुझे जरूरत होती है? आई नीड roadways. That's the reason it is called as roadways still have an edge over the railways in India. Okay, I hope you are understanding why roadways plays a very important role. Next, how has the distribution pattern of railway network in the country been largely influenced by physiographic and economic factors? So now you need to understand these two words. Okay, why? Like, how the distribution pattern of railway is affected because of the physiographic and economic factors of the country. So the first point, level lands of the northern plains of India with the highly density of the population, rich agriculture resources, and the greater industrial activity have favored the development of railways in the region. Okay, the first point, why physiographic and economic factors plays an important role, how how it is largely influenced. So because of highly density of the population, rich agriculture, and industrial activity. Second, terrain of the Himalayan mountain region in the north and the northern eastern state, जहाँ पे हम लोग railways नहीं there are also economic opportunities unfavorable. So the construction of railway lines and railway is lacking in these regions. Okay, like for example, I have told it is very difficult to lay down the railway lines in the northern part of the country or the northern eastern states where, for example, Himalayan mountains. So there your density of the railways will be very less. Then as I told you, this also I have explained you, deserts of Rajasthan, it's very difficult. Then on the account of economic importance of the region, the Konkan railways were developed along with the western coast in spite of the problems sinking the tracks and the so sometimes what happened, कोई और जगह डेवलप हो रही है तो उसके साथ वो जगह भी डेवलप हो जाती है. तो दिस इज कोंकण रेलवेज हैड अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट time to lay down the railways, but because of the western coast it has developed. So again, this question can come for 2 marks or 3 marks maximum, not more than that. What are the problems faced by Indian Railway? Now we have learned about railways, importance, then physiographic and economic factors. What are why railways plays a very important role, why roadways have an edge over the railways. So these all questions we have covered. Now, definitely when we talk about the merits, there are demerits also which are faced by the railways. The Indian Railways faced following problems. First, many passengers still, okay, they travel without tickets. So when they travel without tickets, that time railway don't get any income. So that is a loss for the railways. Damage of the railway property has been yet not stopped completely. Okay, for example, there are cases when people travel in AC compartment, they get bedsheet and all those things, they steal it, or hand towel, they steal it, or they steal whatever it's available. So because of this also the railway property get damaged. People stop the trains and pull the chain. You must have seen train mein ek lal color ka chain type ka hota hai, they pull it unnecessarily. So this has also caused a heavy damage to the railways, though they charge the fine and everything, but still they play it. Or sometimes what happened, whatever instructions they have written, people used to scratch it. So that is also damage. That is also part of the damage, because again they need to invest and they need to write it. Okay, so everything is the cost involving. So whatever we are damaging, anything, it is cost involving for the repairing. So that is the problem for the railway. So this question can come for 2 marks if at all this question comes. It's a very general knowledge question. Now we move to the pipeline transportation. Okay, now we are going to learn what are pipeline transportation. We know that pipeline transportation, waterways, water or oil, these all are the things which can be easily transported through the pipeline. So what are the merits of pipeline transport in India? Pipelines are used to transport water in the city, big towns, and industrial units. Okay, very simple thing. Petroleum, what all are used in transporting? Petroleum product, crude oil, natural gas. These are the important things. Solid, slurry, solid can also be it convert into the slurry and then it is transported through the pipeline. Pipelines are used to take out dirty water And from there, like, it goes into the various destinations, various cities and towns. Demerits. What are the demerits of pipeline? It is not flexible. It can be used only for a few fixed points. We cannot use for a large number. Like, I can use only for the liquid products. Its capacity cannot be increased once it is laid down. Okay, एक बार हमने pipeline pipe को fix कर दिया. So whatever it's a maximum capacity that can only be moved. It cannot increase. The capacity cannot be increased. It is very difficult to make a security arrangements for the pipeline. वहां पे ट्रेस करना मुश्किल हो जाता है. सपोज वाटर लीकेज है, सो फर्स्ट आई नीड टू ट्रेस इट, देन आई नीड टू फिक्स इट. सो ट्रेसिंग में ही टाइम निकल जाता है. सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सिक्योरिटी मैनेजमेंट फॉर द पाइपलाइन इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. What are the three important networks of pipeline transportation? Very important question, okay? Because you cannot change. You have to write the same thing. You need to learn the answer just like that, okay? So one is oil field in the upper Assam to the Nagpur via Guwahati and other things. From Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab, then gas line pipeline from Hajaria. So this is nothing to explain it. You need to write the same thing because I cannot change the name of the place. Okay, so this question can come for 2 marks and they can ask you 2 important network or 3 important network. So according to the marks, so please don't skip this question. It is very, very important. It can come in the exam. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of water transport? Now, pipeline say water transport mein maintenance cost is less. Maintenance cost is less, comparatively less expensive. It can carry the heavy goods. Defense in the Navy. Important points मैं बता रही हूँ. So just you mark down. So defense, heavy goods को carry करता है, less expensive है, maintenance cost is less, and then it plays a very important role in the foreign trades. Okay, so 5 merits. Maintenance cost, MC, maintenance cost is less expensive. LE, less expensive. HG, heavy goods can be carrying easily. Defense, that is from Navy, and foreign trade. Okay, so this is the simple form we can learn it. What are the disadvantages of water transport? Navigation becomes difficult during the monsoon season, okay, because heavy tides and it's very difficult. Ships sinking is always a concern. Slow hai, okay, it's very slowly. Agar if you must have seen any ship, you will see that wo to ek hi jagah pe khada, it is not moving, so it moves very slowly. It is not suitable for the small businesses. The goods have loaded at a specific place due to the difference in the depth and the water volumes. So these are the disadvantages of water transport. So today we have covered pipelines, we have covered waterways, we have covered some questions from roadways, and entire railways we have covered. Thank you. Tomorrow again we will be seeing some more questions from this chapter. Keep watching my channel for the better understanding. Thank you.